Here we are live um, for a little more information on different different topics. And before we begin, I would like to take a minute and say thank you to Gillette, who put this presentation together and is also helping me with the live. With that being said, I will just dive right in. My name is Faizal Garasia, and I am a mortgage agent from Dominion Lending Centers Mortgage House. With that being said, here on to the next slide, best practices, avoid multitasking, try and see if you can sit down so you can stay present, if you can turn your phone on silent mode so the interruptions don't bother you, headphones, and a quiet place. All of these are great way to make sure you catch every golden nugget that's thrown at you. The topic today is mortgage broker slash agent. Actually, it should say we did the edit, but so mortgage agent, broker, or banks. Thank you for attending again. It will take about 15-20 minutes depending on how and where I sort of lead through. Ask questions in the comments. I will answer them at the end of presentation. Connect with us. I answer the calls personally. 416-825-0142. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, website, all of it. And if you don't want to speak with us, still want numbers, just download the app from the App Store, Google Play, or Apple App Store, and yeah, you will be able to continue and do your calculations your way. So here we go. What should you choose? A mortgage agent, broker, or bank? Mortgage agent and broker, they're the same person. A little bit different in designation, but they can do exactly the same thing. Brokers can employ agents under them. Agents cannot. That's the primary difference, and there's more. But when it comes to you as a client, a mortgage agent or mortgage broker, they can do exactly same thing. There is absolutely no difference. Purchasing a home is one of the big steps an individual can take. That's why every decision is very important. Decisions like, where should you get your mortgage? Should you go to the bank? Should you go to a mortgage broker? Should you go to so on and so forth. So let's break this difference down in the next slides. And when I talk about it, let's hit the bank first. Banks can offer products and services where the choices are from that bank itself. So for example, if you are going to a green bank, the green bank can only offer a variable rate mortgage from the green bank, fixed rate mortgage from the green bank, home equity line of credit from the green bank. It cannot offer from the blue bank, right? Or the red bank, or the orange bank, or any other bank. They can only offer from their own institution. Is that really a choice? Not really. If you ask me, it's not a choice. You still are buying green bank product. Whereas a mortgage agent can bring you can get your mortgage from blue bank, green bank, red bank, orange bank, any bank, as long as it is the right fit for you. Remember, mortgages are not universal fit. It's not like one mortgage fits. I'll bring this closer to me. It's not like one mortgage is ideal for all clients. That is not the case. And if rate is important, but having the right fit of the mortgage is equally important. Rate is absolutely important. It's the first thing to look at. And along with that, you should also look at is if it's the right fit. So with that being said, pros and cons. Um, Banks, you're already familiar. The trust is built. You know the establishment. You can walk over, schedule a meeting, so on and so forth. Next step is trust goes both ways. The way you trust in the bank is the bank trusting you. That's a different scenario, because I will tell you, I've worked at a bank, and not every mortgage gets approved. There's a lot of individuals that don't seem to get through just because of the stringent criteria, and there are more declines than approved. Like there's a whole lot of those, and it's not necessarily decline. They say, oh, you need more income, you need better credit, you need a more down payment. Instead of finding a solution, the focus is on the problem and looking at that you as a client don't fit in our box. Therefore, you have to go look for another box. Cons of a bank. Banks offer products, I just said. It's green fixed mortgage, green variable mortgage, green home equity line. Those are your options. Not really green compared to blue. Banks have strict conditions. It's challenging to get through at a bank. Mortgage agent / broker always is looking from the solutions perspective. Mind you, in the last 15 years of me working in the industry, I have not seen two mortgages exactly the same. Credit scores are different. They're like DNA. Mortgage files are like DNA. No two DNA are exactly the same. Yes, they have some similarities, but they're not exactly the same. Different credit scores, different income, different ratios, different down payment, so on and so forth. And therefore, brokers and agents work from the solutions perspective. They look at the application, they look at the client, they look at what the client needs and where can we find that at the best rate possible, rather than, oh, this is the product and this client does not fit. That's looking at focusing on the problem, not the solution. They also shop around at the lenders and then negotiate for you. After all done, they'll present the lowest interest rate and best deal possible in the market. Most transactions with mortgage agent or broker are free, by the way. Most clients think there is a cost to it. There's no cost to it. Most clients do not pay the mortgage agent or broker. The lending institution does that. So you as a client do not have to worry about it. Now, pros of a mortgage agent broker, you'll have a large selection. You can have fixed mortgage from Green Bank, Red Bank. Now, they both might be slightly different interest rate. Let's just say even if they're exact same interest rate, they're still two different products. One could have a collateral charge, one could have a standard charge. Now, a collateral and a standard charge is a topic in itself. And while we're at it, Gillette, can we please make a separate presentation for it, by the way? So we will work on that, and collateral and standard charge is a completely, I would say it's a big discussion when it comes to mortgage brokering, because collateral charge, you cannot just transfer. Standard charge, at the end of the term, you are able to transfer, and therefore the lawyer fees and such are avoided. So going back to my point, the mortgage agent can offer you the two mortgages from two different institutions, same rate, still not exactly the same product. Mortgage agents also get deep discounts on mortgages. There are specials that come out, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, rates are most times better with mortgage agents. They're on your side. They are legally obligated to represent you as a client. Now, cons of mortgage agent, they're not direct lender. Dominion Lending actually has in-house mortgages. We have a setup where we have mortgages of our own, but it's not normal. Dominion Lending is actually one of the unique ones where we have our own mortgages on all three levels: on the bank level, the alternate level, and almost private level. So all three levels, we've got different types of products and service products to offer, pretty much fitting almost all clients that I've seen. So that's for Dominion Lending. That's not really a con. We actually do stand out for that. Mortgage agents as broker has less financial resources. That's also, they have limited resources. If you look at the tools wise, the brokers agents have a lot more tools, but it's also, you have not dealt with them, so they don't have the brick and mortar. They have offices, but that's not really, you haven't dealt with them for past 18 years. You don't have a bank account with them, so on and so forth. So the familiarity is not as much. Conclusion: what's a better choice? So at the end of this presentation, of course, you'll ask me what the better choice is. The answer is depends on you. I strongly suggest you research the mortgage agent you're working with. One, if you are working with one, and research the bank rep that you're working with. You will get a good sense of who is who. Like, for example, abc.def at the bank, at the greenbank.ca. Research them, see who they are professionally. If you can find their personal stuff, that's different, but professionally, number one. Number two, find Faizal.Garasia at dominionlending.ca. Research Faizal and see who you can, like, who is who. Online, you've got so much power. You can research them, see who they are, understand the person, make the call, talk to them. When you speak to the person, you will get an understanding of who they are. I'll tell you, there was somewhere I had read that within first minute and a half, you usually know, when you're talking to a new person, you usually know who they are. You may subconsciously know, you may not consciously know, but subconsciously you know who they are. And you can compare that person to someone you encountered in the past, and that sort of gives you a good reflection. It's sort of like a judgment, but it gives you some sort of a starting point with that person. And from there on, you can take on, like, speak to them for 15 minutes, 10 minutes. You'll get a good sense. Ask them a detailed question. Ask them specific question. See if they're answering your question or they're diverting from that question. And in any case, mortgage agents are easier choice because they do all the work for you, and all you have to do is give them the same documents you would give to your bank, like T4, pay stub, down payment confirmation. Really, that's all. Actually, mortgage agents most of them don't even do a credit check before they give you some sort of number, some idea. Your banker cannot. So with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next slide, which is, my goal is to find you the best mortgage deal for your home. best one. I'll present you with all three, five, whatever is out there. And then from there on, you can choose which one is the best for you. And finally, I would like to take a minute and thank you and thank Jolette who put this application. I'm so used to looking at mortgage applications. Jolette, thank you, and thank you all for attending. And the easiest way to get an answer regarding a mortgage is to call 416-825-0142. One of my my business coach has given this business mentor, I should say, has given this tip to me about 5 or 7 years ago. Answer every call when it comes in, and even if you're in a meeting, if you can pause over, answer and say, I'm in a meeting, I will call you back. That just that hearing a client, hearing your voice on the second side and acknowledging that you're not just ignoring the call during business hours, you're actually answering and saying, hey, I'm in a meeting, I'll call you back. That's strong. So in any case, you can connect with us with me directly, 416-825-0142. Call, text, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, website, and don't forget to download the app right here, FaizalGarasia.com. Click on, go onto the website, choose Apple, Android, whichever phone you're in love with. Click the store and download the app. You will be pleasantly surprised. With that, I'll end this live. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach